Welcome back. If your first reaction to the terror attack in New York City is accusing people of Islamophobia, if they call the attack radical Islamist terrorism, that's just stupid. I'm Liz Wheeler, and this is my final point. There are three fallacies being perpetuated by the left about the terror attack in Manhattan. Number one, that terrorism doesn't have a religion, and this attack had nothing to do with Islam. Number two, that President Trump is politicizing this attack after he said he wouldn't politicize the Las Vegas shooting, and that's probably because the Las Vegas shooter was a white man and the Manhattan terrorist has a beard. Number three, gun control works, the left tells us, and that's why Sayfullo Saipov was only able to kill 8 people instead of 58 people. Wrong, wrong, and yes, all three are wrong. I know thinking is hard, but sometimes you people on the left gotta at least try. I'm now gonna show you why each of these arguments is false. Okay, number one, terrorism doesn't have a religion. Well, this is what we know about the attack. The attacker yelled Allahu Akbar as he waged his attack. He drove a rented truck and rammed into people, using textbook tactics as detailed by ISIS on their social media accounts and in their magazine. The attacker left ISIS paraphernalia and a note pledging allegiance to ISIS in the truck. The attacker is bragging about the attack in the hospital right now. He was known to authorities and was in fact interviewed by authorities in 2015 for being a point of contact for 2 individuals on counter-terror watch lists. He killed 8 people. All right, now what does this information tell us? Every Muslim who says Allahu Akbar isn't a terrorist, duh. But pretending Islamist fundamentalists don't also say Allahu Akbar is dumb. The two are not mutually exclusive. To quote Kevin Williamson, context matters. The context here is this terrorist yelled Allahu Akbar as he killed people with a truck in the name of ISIS. If you ignore the fact that Islamist terrorists' interpretation of Islam, however warped that interpretation may be, fuels their desire to kill us, you leave other people at risk. Number two, President Trump is politicizing this attack, the left claims, after he said he wouldn't politicize the Las Vegas shooting, and that's probably because the Las Vegas shooter was a white man and the Manhattan terrorist has a beard. It's like liberals didn't even put an effort into this one. I'll do it for them. After the Las Vegas shooting, liberals wanted to ban guns. Trump is not trying to ban trucks after this attack because the weapons do not commit the crime. The truck was not the problem here. The ideology and the terrorist are the problem. This terrorist is not a U.S. citizen. We don't have to allow people who harbor sympathies to terrorist ideologies to come into our nation. That puts our families in danger. Banning bump stocks after Las Vegas was just a way for Democrats to push their gun control agenda on the wave of emotion people felt after our fellow Americans were killed. But no gun control measure would have prevented the Las Vegas attack from happening. That's why that was political. Ramping up our vetting process for who we allow into our country might have prevented a terrorist like Sayfullo Saipov from ever coming here in the first place, and therefore might have prevented a tragic attack like this one. See the difference? Number three, gun control works, the left tells us, and that's why Sayfullo Saipov was only able to kill 8 people instead of 58 people. What stopped Sayfullo Saipov? That's right, a gun stopped him. Imagine if the people of New York City were allowed to arm themselves, to defend themselves. This attack might have been stopped even earlier. Banning guns doesn't prevent terrorists from killing us, but it does prevent Americans from being able to kill terrorists. And nothing about any of this is Islamophobic. And that's my final point. You can reach me on Twitter at Liz_Wheeler. If you liked the show, please send me an email at oann.com/contact. In the meantime, catch us here tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern. And until then, have a good night.